12 boards, match point scoring, declare a play only. Let's see how we can do in this one. Oh my god, we have a hand, don't we? Look at this. Wow. One heart on our right. We bid Michaels. Looks like a good decision. 4 hearts on our left, preemptive. Partner is a passed hand, comes in 4-0, which is really exciting for us. We have no defense, we have extra club length, and our shortness is in hearts, not diamonds. So our doubleton diamond is actually probably going to fit well with partner's hand. We bid 5 clubs, all pass. Why does 5 clubs show... Wait, hold on, no, we can't. I can't do this. How is it... Okay, first off, what did 2 hearts show? 9 or more total points. Partner's 4 no trump asked for our minor, also supposedly showing exactly 11 high card points. Why? I mean, what? Why? And now that we've been forced to bid our minor, not only do we have fewer than 5, but we're promising so many extra values. What happened in the middle of this auction that makes them think that 4 no trump and 5 clubs show big hands? I don't get it. Does partner have 11? Partner has 11. Look at that. Oh, partner's diamonds don't fit very well. Okay, anyway, here we are. Jack of spades lead. Interesting. Well, we have 3 top losers. Our objective is going to be to set up the spade suit. I guess we play low at trick 1 in case this is a... well, for a variety of reasons. I wasn't thinking this was a singleton, but I was thinking East might have a singleton. A spade is such a weird lead. God, like, why is West leading spades? Oh, this is so confusing. I can't stand it when they make leads like this. Why wouldn't they just lead a trump like a normal person? Why wouldn't they double and lead a trump? Someone needed to double this. Like, there's no way West is leading from Jack 10 of spades. Right? like no chance? Because if I play low, let's say we win the king, and we play back a spade. East wins and plays a trump. I guess I can win in hand and ruff a spade, ruff a heart, ruff a spade, ruff a heart, pull trumps, and then I just have... Yeah, maybe it's just all fine. I think I can afford to play low. It looks like I always make on 4-2 spades this way. There's a heart return. So, I mean, once again, it would be nice to be able to ruff spades in the north hand, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe I can afford to pull 2 rounds of trumps. I guess it's bad if clubs are 3-1 and spades are 4-2. But God, like, what? I mean, what? Why is West leading a spade? Ugh. No. I don't know. Let me just ignore the spade lead for a minute. I don't think I can reason what West's hand looks like. No one in their right mind would lead a spade on this auction. So East flew ace of spades. That does suspiciously sound like a singleton. Yeah, actually, I think it has to be a singleton. In which case, If I play a spade, East is going to ruff. I'll still be able to ruff both of my high spades in the north hand. Maybe that's not even true. I think I actually just want to pull trumps. I mean, if trumps are 2-2, I can cash the spade queen, ruff a heart, and then take a ruffing finesse in spades. Even if spades are 5-1, I still have the rest from there. East forgot to get a spade ruff, but I mean, maybe East doesn't know the heart count. West 4 heart bid could be only a 4-card suit, so East was trying to put their partner in hearts for the spade ruff. They could have crossed in diamonds, presumably. I mean, I guess if this is wrong, like if East happens to have started with 4 spades, I really should be cashing the queen and then cross-ruffing, but that just seems really unlikely to me. Yeah, let's pull some trumps. Okay, looks like I'm going to lose 2 diamonds and a spade. I don't think there's much I can do about it. So let's unblock the spade queen. Yeah, spades were 5-1. So if I'd tried to start roughing spades in dummy, I mean, it looks like we still end up okay. I could still rough both my low spades with the ace-king of clubs, but this feels a lot safer, but I don't think we've gained any match points on the field here, unfortunately. We would have if clubs were 2-2. We would have been able to pull trumps and take the roughing hook and spades. Alright, let's see if East like hops up with a diamond honor or something. They play the king. And continue hearts. Alright, you guys can have 2 more. Jack 10 5th of spades. Why would you lead the jack of spades? That was pretty terrible. Hey, we're in 4 spades again. A heart on our right. We're like dangerously close to a takeout double of a heart with our 4-card spade suit, but we don't. 4 hearts on our left, another preempt. Takeout double from partner. We bid 4 spades. Yeah, the king of hearts looks a lot worse now. Now that partner basically has a void most of the time. And our spades are pretty weak. It's a little bit of a heavy 4 spades. We could be missing game. But sometimes partners just like 4-0, 4-5 with a 10 count. Or 12. 4 of clubs lead. Club lead from the preemptor. This makes me very suspicious that clubs are not splitting very well. Okay. So if that's a singleton, what's my plan? East would be 5-5, and then West might have spade length. I mean, this hand could get out of control pretty fast. If it's not a singleton, I mean, we're in excellent shape, of course. It's actually somewhat tempting to win the king of clubs and play 1 back at trick 2. That'll confirm whether or not clubs are 5-1 or like 3-3 or something. And if West roughs, I actually don't think it's so bad because I have trouble roughing all of my hearts in the dummy anyway, so I'll have then established the club ace to pitch a heart for later. Alright, let's give that a chance. 9 of clubs to the jack, I'll play the king. Let's play club. West follows. Well, I'm not going to stick in the 10. I think that's like a little bit too risky. East is somewhat likely to have the queen and jack of clubs. East follows with the 8. So it seems somewhat likely that clubs are 3-3. I should be able to ruff the club suit good. And then what? I would like to work on diamonds. You know, despite dummy having all of these entries, ace of clubs, ace king of spades, heart void, I feel like I'm lacking entries. PJF says cross ruff. Generally, a cross ruff is more effective when we don't have an outside source of tricks. And here it looks like diamonds and clubs are both sources of tricks for us. Like, sure, we could ruff a club, presumably low, ruff a heart, try and ruff a club with, like, the jack of spades, for example, playing east for the spade queen. But I would really like to just score my 2 long clubs after pulling trumps. I'm hoping the king of hearts is actually enough to stop the suit. Hey, Shift. So a couple lines that look somewhat appealing to me are ruff a club and then run the jack of spades. East is likely to win this trick, but East is kind of going to get end played. If they have the heart ace, they won't be able to play hearts successfully. Otherwise, our king will set up. And if they play diamonds, that just kind of helps us. We're trying to take diamond hooks. And if they play back trumps, we can probably pull trumps, cash clubs, take a diamond finesse, and then later ruff a heart back to dummy to take another diamond finesse. So that seems somewhat appealing. I guess I could do the same thing by just ruffing a club and going ace king of spades. My only concern about that line of play is what if trumps are 4-1? Then I've really relinquished control of the entire hand. Alright, let's ruff a club. I mean, this looks a little bit more appealing to me than just playing a diamond to the 10. You know, West can win, and then West can switch to hearts, and I don't like it. And obviously, if clubs are 4-2 instead of whatever, then I think this is probably a better plan anyway. Now we can ruff a couple of clubs, use spades to cross. Okay, East pitches a discouraging heart, which is a little confusing to me. I mean, we saw on the very first board that West preempted with the ace-queen of the trump suit, so it's possible the ace of hearts is offside. But I don't think I'm going to plan on that. So I guess let's cross in spades. Ruff another club.
Good luck.
Hey Koopa, thanks so much for the 9 months of support. Wow, Twitch baby time. Really appreciate it. Enjoy all your emotes and welcome back to the lounge. Club. East pitches another heart. So we can ruff again. And I guess at this point I am planning to pull a second trump. We'll have some thinking to do if West shows out. We can afford to duck. I mean, we could afford to duck rather than playing the king. I guess the alternative is to try and duck a diamond now. I mean, but that's going to go poorly if East has honor doubleton. So play a second spade. All right, West follows, which is good news for us. Let's cash our club now, I suppose. And let's take a diamond hook. Okay. This is going great. We're doing awesome so far. Alright, so we do score a beer, in fact. Ruff our king of hearts. And the 7 diamonds is good. Interesting hand. I have no idea why West let a club. Like, these guys really need to sit down and discuss their opening leads and partner suit sometimes. But 650 feels like a good result. Board 3. We've opened a diamond. You know what I really should probably do before I before I run over time? I should check to see when my plans start this evening, because I'm pretty sure it's 7. But you know, maybe it's an important thing to look into before I show up like an hour late. If only I could find the person who texted. Okay, found it. Oh, this is perfect. It's actually 7:40. So I have a little bit more time than I originally thought. Cool. Okay, perfect. I mean, I still have like a bunch of driving to do to get there, but we'll figure that out. So I got like 2.5 hours until I need to be at a place. A diamond, a spade, a negative double, a 2 spades. So 3 hearts is automatic with 4-card heart support. Just for what's worth. Like, if you're ever concerned that you feel like you should have extra values for these bids, like, yes, if they bid 3 spades, you need extras to bid 4 hearts, but maybe not as many as you think. But if they just preempt 1 level, your cheapest bid should really just be like, I have a fit with you, otherwise things get out of hand too quickly. They just always bid 4 of a major on your left, and then you never get to show your hand. Partner doubles, and now you're like defending 4 of a major doubled when you have a 9-card fit or something. Anyway, here we are. Partner is balanced with a double again. We bid 3 hearts. I'll pass. We have a lot of losers, huh? Why did partner balance with a double? Does anyone understand? Partner has like 3 small partners making our takeout double for us. They're like, well, you're short in spades, Pard, so I really want to make sure that you play the hand somewhere. Don't you think we could have done that ourselves if we thought it was a good idea? Alright, club lead. We have some issues. I mean, like, my god, anything could be right. It could be right to play 3 rounds of clubs pitching a spade because the clubs are 3-3, but that seems unlikely to work to me. Just, why is West not leading spades? Okay, well, I know why. West has the ace. At least that would be a reasonable assumption. I don't know. It could be right to play 3 rounds of clubs. The thing is, if clubs aren't 3-3, we just get into so much trouble. This is one of these hands that feels a little bit more like a cross ruff. I mean, I would love to pull trumps and then run the club suit, but I don't think I can do that. I don't know, how true is that? What if I go, like... What if I go, like, win the ace of clubs and lead the king of hearts? Then what? If they play 3 rounds of spades, I ruff. I unblock the jack of clubs. And I play another heart. Good thing this is undoubled. If this were, you know, not declare play only. Yeah, there's some kind of weird inferences that you can make from these declare play only type events. Which, I don't know. I don't feel like that's good content because it's not bridge, but it's probably a useful thing to be aware of if you're trying to score well in these things. Yeah, wait a second. Like, what happens if I take this plan? Ace of clubs, king of hearts. Let's say they win and play 3 rounds of spades. I mean, that wouldn't be the best defense, but that would be a reasonable thing for them to do. We ruff, we unblock the club. Let's say they're 4-2. And then we play another heart. They win. If they force dummy and spades, I can pull the last trump and run the clubs. I lose just the diamond in the end. And similarly, if they force... I actually kind of like this line of play. Now, what they could do is they could cash 2 spades and then play a high diamond from west and then another diamond. That just doesn't seem like a very likely defense to me, though. Yeah, I like this line. 10-3-2. Do I win the jack or the ace? I want to win the jack. I want west to continue clubs when they get in. So if I win the ace, they'll know that there's no future in clubs and they'll switch to a different suit. If I win the jack, it might look to west like their partner's ducked the ace. Pretty unlikely, but possible. Okay, the king of hearts does fetch the ace. Queen of hearts from west. Good, trumps have split. And now another club. This is exactly what we were hoping for. We win the ace, we can pull trump. And there's not really much hope in pitching spade losers. I mean, they're going to come back eventually in the end, but so we will lose 2 spades and a diamond from here, but it's just down 1. Not too bad. Let me just make sure. Is there really nothing I can do? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I guess I'll pitch a couple of diamonds for now, but there doesn't seem to be much hope of scoring an extra trick. There have been a lot of spade discards. Wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah, okay, king of diamonds is a good play from west. Oh, they were on top of it. That's unfortunate. Because I think both opponents are down to 1 spade in hand. So if west had returned a spade, I could have roughed out the suit. But east does score the diamond ace. Minus 50. We tried our best. Could have got there a whole lot faster and forced the opponents into a difficult 3-level guess. Alright, board 4. Pass, pass, pass around to us. We open this junky hand in 4th seed a spade. I guess it's 14, technically. 5 points in the short suits. Partner bids a no trump. We bid 2 clubs. Partner corrects. And obviously we get a club lead on this auction, because what else? So, I mean, good news for us is that they didn't start forcing us, and they've established our clubs, or have started to establish our clubs. Bad news for us, I suppose, is that we're going to have to make a decision in the spade suit, like, immediately. If we go spade to the ace and spade to the jack and it loses, and we get forced again in hearts, and then spades don't split, we're at risk of losing quite a few tricks. Although, I guess because I'm thinking we played 2 rounds of spades. Let's say West started with queen 10 fourth. Or just queen fourth. It doesn't matter. It looks like we won't be able to pick up 10 doubleton anyway. West will play back a heart. We ruff. We can pull a third trump. And then if spades are 4-2, there will still be a trump outstanding, but if hearts are 4-4-4-1 around, we still have a diamond loser. So the opponents will be able to cash a heart, but we can just pitch our diamond. So it's only kind of bad if spades are 4-2 and hearts are 5-3, which is possible. But it's probably more likely to just, like, take a spade hook. Okay, let's do it. That is a concerning card. Okay, I see. So West had queen 10. West was looking for a ruff with queen 10 fifth of spades. Well done. Well, this is even worse. Now, spades being 5-1. I mean, if I suspected East had a doubleton spade, they played like the 10 and then a low one, for example, then I might have flown king here to just start running clubs. Which would kind of solve our problems about potential 5-3 heart division. But with 5-1 spades, I mean, we're always getting forced whenever West gets in. I guess I'll duck a trick now. I don't know why I played the 9. We do get a club return. Which is strange. Yeah, club return's really strange. I guess I'm supposed to run the club suit? Like, if I thought that West had the diamond king and no more hearts, I could definitely win this, pull trumps, and then start running clubs, and West would be unplayed in diamonds. But I don't know. I guess that's possible. It does seem strange that West didn't return a heart here, but I mean, it's also relatively strange that he switched to a low heart, right? East didn't switch to the jack when we had the stiff king. So I don't think West only has 2 hearts, in which case if I do pull trumps and then start running clubs, West will be able to rough in and then just play a heart over to East's hand, and East can run hearts. So I think I need the protection of my trumps. Alright, West roughs in, plays a heart. There's the jack of hearts. This makes sense. So, I mean, again, we could ruff and pull a trump and then start running clubs and hope West has the diamond king. I think that's going to be my plan. Again, if we ruff and pull a trump and West has another heart, they can ruff a club and play a heart over, but I guess this is kind of the best we can do. West had a heart to cash. And king of diamonds. Offside. Alright. Feels like not much to be done on that one. We could do a little bit better double dummy, but that's only if we know spades are 5-1 to start with. I don't think there was a better way for me to handle the end position. I never got to cash the 5th club, but I don't think I really had entries to do so regardless. Alright, board 5. Pass, pass. We've opened a spade. We have some stuff, 16. So just a typical 1-no opener. Partner bids a no trump, we bid 2 diamonds. Partner bids 3 diamonds. Yeah, I mean... This is, I think, the prototypical example of why your system becomes easier if you can just open this hand a no trump. Like here, we have a bidding problem over 3 diamonds. If we open a no trump, sure, we might get to the wrong spot. But partner will actually know whether or not our hand should fit in game, right? Partner has a good hand with 2 aces over here. Partner would bid a game in one of the minors over our no trump opening. I don't know if that's good, but it would probably happen. Maybe partner would put us in 3 now. I mean, either way. But that's where we would end up, and whether or not it makes, at least we would know what to do. Here over 3 diamonds, I would bid 3 no with this hand because we have so many extra high cards. But it's not obvious that that's the correct thing to do. Could be right to pass 3 diamonds. We get a club lead, which, again, as usual, very strange lead. I don't think I'm going to duck this trick. This hand feels a lot like a cross ruff to me. We could try and set up the clubs. You know, how bad is it actually to try and set up clubs? Certainly if the Queen of Clubs holds trick 1, that would be great news for us. But let's say we go Ace of Clubs, Club Ruff, Diamond to the Ace, Club Ruff. If the clubs are 3-3, we're in pretty good shape. Everything has split, and if diamonds split, we're just making 11 tricks. I don't think a cross ruff is going to get us up to 11. We could take Ace of Clubs, Ace of Hearts, Ace, King, Queen of Spades, 2 heart ruffs, so that's 7. Even if clubs are 3-3, we would only get 2 club ruffs is 9, and then the Ace of Diamonds would be a 10th. Maybe there's actually a way to leverage the Jack 10 of Diamonds in the end position? Probably not. No, okay, I do see a way to potentially get 11 tricks on a cross ruff. It's pretty unlikely to happen, but that makes me think that the cross ruff is probably better than just playing for the clubs to luckily split. Can I get away with ruffing 2 clubs early? Let me think about that. Ace of Clubs, Club Ruff. Diamond to the Ace. Yeah, I can't afford Diamond to the Ace if I'm taking the cross ruff plan. Alright, let's take a look. Ooh, Jack of Clubs. That could be King Jack Doubleton. That makes me a little bit more incentivized to go after the cross ruff plan, because now the 10 might set up. So Club Ruff. I guess I could even duck a diamond then. East will get in. Yeah, I think I like this plan. Let's hope I can duck a diamond to East. Alright. East does switch to hearts. That's fine. So let's pitch our heart loser. And take a diamond hook. Well, not take a diamond hook, but you know what I mean. So we got a ruff a club now, which has established a trump for the opposition, but we can ruff back to dummy and start running clubs. So they get 1 more. The all-important 6 of diamonds. I actually wasn't paying attention. Maybe I should pay closer attention to this. Did East mistakenly play the 6 of diamonds on the second round of the suit? Because if they did, I would have been able to rough back to dummy and pull all the trumps. No, they kept the 6. Well played by them. Plus 150. Feels pretty flat. I think the field is going to take a pretty similar line of play, but maybe the field will see the cross ruff, not realize that the king-jack double ten of clubs might be favorable, and end up taking fewer tricks. Pass on our right. We bet a spade. Another no-trump opener. I'll pass. King of clubs lead. Well, king from ace-king or king-queen. Let's see what West does at trick 2. I am going to discourage clubs. I would like them to play either hearts or diamonds. Okay. There's our heart switch. So we can pick up the heart suit. I may as well put in the 10. All right. So the clubs look relatively stable. West cashed 2 high clubs and then didn't continue. And also, if West had ace-king doubleton, they would have led the ace at trick 1. So we know that either West has ace-king-queen 4th, in which case West can't attack clubs profitably from their side, or West has like ace-king 3rd or ace-king-queen 3rd. And once again, there's no profitable way for them to attack clubs to like promote trump tricks. So I guess the most natural thing to me looks like cross to dummy and take the spade hook. We could also lead a spade to the 10. You know what I just realized as the room is getting much warmer around me? We haven't solved the problem with why this room has become so hot. Okay, well, let's just keep chugging forward. So if I win and play a spade to the 10, that actually seems perfectly fine, right? Let's just do that. We can always decide to take a spade finesse next if we want to. This is what I was hoping for, that West might get a little bit antsy and switch to diamonds, thinking they need to set up tricks in that suit. Now I just have plenty of entries to take the spade finesse comfortably. So again, I'm not that concerned about overtaking this. I know that it's safe to rough a club back to hand, for example, if this happened to lose. But now we can pull trumps. We have the rest. Yeah, kind of an interesting puzzle to figure out which finesse you need to take on the hand, and we decided to delay our guess as long as possible. We threw West in and no longer had a guess when it was our turn because they played diamonds for us. Board 7. A spade by us. We have a 12 count. Partner has splintered in hearts. And we have this hand and didn't just bid 6 spades? I'm sorry, what? Wait, the heart splinter is like a minimum game force. Okay, do we actually need to think? Because we have everything. Our hand can't get better. I mean, it could. We could have an 18 count with 3 small hearts, but like, what do we need from partner for slam? I mean, partner's taking up a lot of room. What? No, I cannot believe that partner could have a serious, like a real splinter in hearts, and we don't have at least decent play for a slam. So I guess if 4 hearts is truly limited, I might just bid 6 spades. Could we have a grand? Heart void, ace of spades, king, queen of clubs, ace of diamonds. Yeah, we could have a grand. It's probably bad to just bid 6 spades. Anyway, 4 spades doesn't feel like enough. How did we do? Well, That's a bid. Yep. That is the good old. We got we got 3 jacks, none of which are going to take tricks. King, queen, 6 of clubs is a side source of tricks. Too bad. We would find this out via keycard. I mean, my forward going move would probably be keycard. 8 of clubs switch. Sure. So against human opponents, I think a pretty effective thing to do here would be to win the king of clubs, dumping the 10, and lead the jack of spades. I think I'm going to try that. To a human opponent, if East has like ace doubleton of spades, they might think we're taking a spade finesse. And so, you know, it's not so clear for them to hop up with the ace to give their partner club rough. But for the robots, oh, hello. Spades were 3-1 anyway. Gotcha. Well, that worked out. 650. Fortunately for us, East had the ace of spades and not the ace of clubs, otherwise West would have gotten a rough. Board 8. We're in 4 hearts. Partner opens a no trump. We decide to treat our hand as game forcing and bid Smolin. That seems right to me. Opposite of 15 to 17. We have 9, so we might only have 24 combined highs, but the singleton could be working. Our suits aren't so bad. The 9 of spades might actually be a big card. And if we don't treat our hand as Smolin game force, we only get to show one of our suits, right? We could bid, we could transfer to hearts, and then most people will play 2 spades as something else over that. So we could transfer to hearts and rebid 2 no as an invite with 5 hearts. Then we miss the spade fit. I think for that reason it looks like Smolin's the right thing to do. Okay, what just happened? So East, who wasn't able to bid over a no trump, doubled partner's 2 diamond response to Stamen. And then for whatever reason, 3 hearts shows single suited hearts game forcing. What? Why can't we still just play Stamen or Smolin over this? You mean all they have to do to completely wreck our entire system is just make a random double? That's how flimsy it is? Alright. Partner bids hearts, so we're playing it. Fortunately, partner has a heart fit. Diamond lead, huh? I'm tempted to believe the ace of clubs is onside on an auction like this. East has some diamond length, but East didn't overcall over a no trump, so they're pretty unlikely to have outside values. Additionally, a lot of these lead directional bids, which I mean, like, how could East possibly know their partner's on opening lead when the no trump was opened on their right? But the lead directional bid could be a little bit less effective if East had outside values as well, because like if East had king jack of diamonds, let's say, and the ace of clubs, East wouldn't know that a diamond was the right opening lead. They might think that clubs is the right thing to lead at trick 1. So assuming the ace of clubs is onside, which I mean isn't guaranteed but seems somewhat likely, I think what I want to do is just play on the club suit itself. Try and establish that to pitch spade losers, rather than playing to rough a couple of spades in the north hand. We could have some problems if trump serve 4-1, but I don't really know how to test for that. If I pull 2 rounds of trumps, then Unfortunately, we're getting tapped in diamonds, so we can't actually set up the clubs. We don't have time. But then we also can't fall back on roughing spades in the north hand. I guess we could play a spade to the jack, try and rough one round if West has the spade queen. All right, let's win the ace. So if I can go ace of hearts, heart, and east follows, I think I'm willing to overtake to lead a club up to the king. That makes sense to me. If east shows out, I suppose I can rough a diamond, spade to the jack, hope that holds, unblock the diamond, spade king, diamond rough, cash the spade ace, spade rough. Then dummy's end played. I have some options, but let's start with 2 rounds of trumps and see what happens. Okay. Trumps appear to have split relatively well, so let's lead a club. To the king, which holds. Doesn't look like it costs to exit a club right now. So I'll do that. Diamond continuation. We can rough. We can now pull the last trump, knock out the last club, and use the spades to get over there. For 11 tricks. Queen of spades was in fact onside, and as we see, East had none of the missing values outside of the diamond suit. Board 9. We got 4 to go. Partner opens a diamond. We have 13. We bid a heart. Partner bids a no trump. We bid 2 clubs. Not game forcing yet, but check back. Partner bids 2 hearts, showing 3. We decide to bid the game. Makes sense to me. It's somewhat tempting if we had a way to show an invite or a choice of games between no trump and hearts. I might choose that with this hand. We have a little bit extra in the way of high cards in terms of our game force, and our doubletons are quite strong, and our hearts are very weak. So opposite something like 3 small hearts, I would probably prefer to play this in no trump, figuring that whatever suit they led, we might have multiple stoppers. We can plan on knocking out a couple of hearts. They might, say, set up and establish 1 or 2 spade tricks, but we could have 9 tricks. Whereas in a heart contract, we might just be off 2 trumps and, you know, a spade and a diamond, or a spade and a club, or something like that. It feels close to me, but we decide to bid 4 hearts. We get a spade lead. Yeah, it does kind of look as if hearts might play better on this hand in particular. We can pitch a club on the 3rd spade. We can rough a club and try and pick up the trump suit. So how can we pick up the trump suit? We can pick up, I believe, honor doubleton in West's hand. If we have to rough a club, we effectively have 10 doubleton, opposite ace jack 5th. And we should be able to pick that up by leading low to the 10. Or leading the 10 on the first round, planning to take a finesse. It seems somewhat possible that we could alternatively play east for honor doubleton, low to the jack, cash the ace, heart to the 10, but then we would need the diamonds to produce an extra trick for our club discard. So I think I'm just going to win trick 1, east ducks, which is fine. And how do I want to go about it? I really need to ruff a club and dummy before I play a second trump. Because if the trumps don't split the way I want, then West might be able to win and pull a third trump, and then I can't ruff my club loser. So I also kind of need to set up spades to pitch a club loser at the same time. Because otherwise, after pulling 2 trumps and ruffing a club, West might be able to cash the 4th round of clubs. So timing's a little bit tricky. I would like to duck 1 round of trumps before ever touching clubs, because otherwise if I go ace king of clubs, club ruff, and then run a trump into West, West might be able to play a 4th round of clubs, which could be uncomfortable. So I think what we want to do is we want to continue spades. East wins. They do play back the club queen. Queen of clubs is an interesting card. Normally queens are led from length. Alright, let's win the king and lead a low heart to the 10. Okay. Queen popping up is good news, but it's not over yet. So let's unblock the ace. Cross back to hand, ruff the club. Ooh. Okay. So it's starting to look like queen doubleton of clubs. I guess I have to ruff 10 here. This was a mistake. I should have cashed the ace of diamonds before playing a second heart. Because now if I play the jack and West wins and plays back a diamond, I have to ruff a diamond low. And if West started with only 2 diamonds, I'm gonna go down. Man, the queen of clubs from queen 10 third is such a weird switch. Like normally you would play the 10 or something if you wanted to switch to a high card, which I don't know why you would necessarily want to do that. But I'm gonna play the jack. I mean, there's a diamond. Please don't hurt me. No. Okay, that one's totally on me. I definitely misplayed the end position. I should just cash the diamond ace before taking that heart hook. Man, East had queen 10 9 8 of clubs and switched to the queen? Wow. They really got me there. Okay, so not the greatest showing, but we kind of quickly identified what we did wrong immediately after playing a card. We were unable to preempt in second seat with 7 spades, king 10 9. This is a very confusing bid to me. If such a small error, I mean, these things add up. I mean, it's probably a pretty hefty percentage error, if I do say. You know, it's probably more than 10% that this will cost a trick. Maybe not. Maybe it's a little bit less. Either way, it's we could have done better. So if we can't preempt 3 spades, right? And partner opens at the 1 level, what makes us think that now it's correct to preempt at the 4 level? Like, isn't the whole point of not preempting a hand like this so that if this is actually our hand, we can have an intelligent auction rather than just preempting partner? We could have an auction that starts a diamond 1 spade. And now partner takes, you know, like jump shifts to 3 clubs, and now we bid 3 spades, and partner's like, oh, you have some extra spade length. Cool. And partner bids like 4 clubs because they don't have spades, and we're like, okay, fine, 5 clubs. Whatever. That's like almost exactly what would have happened here. I swear I did not look at the hand. I never look at the hand before the auction. But here we are. Well, this is lovely. Let's try and play a spade to the king, I guess. That feels like the right thing to do. I'm just like trying to be careful. Do I need to cash diamonds before doing? I think it would be a mistake to cash diamonds early. 5, ace, 2, queen. Diamond switch. 5, ace, 2, queen. That's always queen jack doubleton, right? Like East never hops up ace from ace third. There's no chance that East hops up with ace from ace third. 0 chance. It could be singleton ace. West is trying to be all like tricksy and clever with queen jack third. They're like, haha, declare I might make a mistake on the next round of the suit if I dump the queen. I mean... It was queen jack third. What a player, West. Alright, we can knock out the last trump. We don't need to like risk crossing in clubs to pitch club losers on diamonds. Queen jack third. Good sense of humor the robots have. Alright, we've opened a club. We have 14. Almost looks like a no trump with 2 10s. A heart, a spade, 2 diamonds, game force. We bid 2 hearts to show a fit. Partner makes the impossible 4 spade bid. Cool. You know, again, we're kind of unlimited with the 1 spade bid. Partner's game forced. 2 spades would be forcing. 2 spades would be plenty forcing, partner. We're in 4. We got a club lead. Okay. There doesn't seem to be much to the play of this one. It looks like we're eventually going to pull trumps, ruff a club, take a diamond finesse, knock out the heart ace. We might be in some trouble if things split poorly. So let's pull 2 rounds of spades. And if they're 3-2, we can play a second round. But I do want to be in my hand after pulling 2 rounds of spades. Because if they happen to be 4-1, I can then take a diamond finesse. And if West plays back a club, I can ruff low, and if he started with 4 spades, that's okay. He gets to overruff. But it doesn't look like there's much I can do about it. Okay, now we can just pull another round of trumps, and we'll try all of our finesses. This one, that was unsuccessful. And you guys get a heart. 420. A pretty straightforward hand with trumps splitting. Last board. Pass, pass, pass. We open a spade. We got 17. The robots love upgrading 17s out of the no trump range. I would agree on this hand. Not just the 5-card spade suit, but all the aces. The honors are mostly working. The spot cards are really nice. 2 spades, 4 spades. King of clubs lead. King from ace king. So it seems pretty likely that at least one of the spade honors is on side, right? Because West holding the ace king of clubs can't have the king queen of spades and pass in first seat. So I guess we'll start there. West does cash 2 clubs. East plays low-high. Continues the jack of diamonds. Alright. We have so many tricks. I'm going to win the king and lead a low spade. We're just going to protect against as many of the spade splits as possible. Low spade, or should I lead, say, the 9? If East has both of the honors, it doesn't matter what I do. If the honors are 4-1, it looks like I can pick up... Or sorry, if the honors are split and the spades are 4-1, I can pick up a singleton in East's hand by leading low. I can pick up a singleton in West's hand by leading the 9. It kind of feels like a coin flip. I feel like this defense so far sounds to me more like West has length in both minors. And therefore West is more likely to be short in spades. So I guess I'll start with the 9. It's like a small inference. Jack, king, 9. 9 is an interesting play. It means West has led from Jack 10 like 8 maybe, or Jack 10 7. Alright. So just in case East has king, queen, 4th, we want to use both of our hard entries to lead spades towards our hand. Alright, now we can pull trumps. We got the rest. 620. Okay, how'd we do? Board 9 was terrible. Board 9 was real bad. The rest of the hands were, I think, okay. So we got an 11% on board 9. Our only other below 50 was board 4. We went down a couple of tricks and 2 spades. So it looks like someone might have taken a different view on the hand than us. Our best board, board 2. Interesting. Yeah, board 2, I feel like... Well, we kind of worked out a strong line of play, which was to rough clubs in our hand. The execution was not that difficult. But I'm a little surprised that most people decided not to choose that line of play. I don't know what people did. Maybe they tried to pull trumps and set up diamonds, which also looks like it might be effective. We were able to set up both suits. We got another 88, board 6. This is the one where we kind of did well to prolong our guess about which finesse to take in spades or diamonds until later in the play, and the defense did it for us. Lots of flat boards.